Gotcha.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Shit. Yeah, bet you won't do that shit to mama. You know, the more that I see of these creepy doll movies lately, Martin, Chris, the more I have respect for your man Chucky. Chucky gets off his ass and Chucky does some work.
Work ethic.
Work ethic. Chucky puts in some work.
I really gotta get out of this body.
He's looking for a new recruit.
Chucky's gonna be broke.
Writes his own material. Chucky
is not lazy.
Chucky is not lazy at all. Just like you said, Martin, work ethic. Now today you got these millennial ass dolls.
They just feel entitled. If they just show up, things should happen.
They just sit on their ass and have everybody do everything for them. They don't do a goddamn thing. Just sit. That's it. Yo people.
Not my people. Don't put that on me.
They don't do a goddamn thing. I can't really say anything though. I mean, apparently it's making money for him. You know, we're talking about, of course, Annabelle and now Brahms. As you can see, I don't do nothing in these movies but sit. That's all. But apparently they're sitting and making money. They are. You know, that movie, The Boy, I've been talking about how it's forgettable. Martin, I can't find it. And it's easy to make fun of. But this movie made a lot of money.
I needed someone else to see it.
See what?
See how he just sits here and makes money.
How does he do it?
Look at him. His bank account just blowing up right now. He ain't doing a goddamn thing.
If you notice with these do-nothing dolls, there's always a creepy house involved as well.
Yeah, most of these people just scaring themselves. That's why they tripping over shit. Doll's like, goddamn, I didn't do nothing. Look at your stupid ass.
Actually, it's the house. The foundation is just, falling apart. People are tripping over themselves.
No, it's the boy.
No, I'm telling you.
No, it's the house just shifting.
Say what you will, but this movie made, on a $10 million budget, this movie made $60 million. Probably $64 million to be exact. That's being an influencer. How did I just sit down and make money looking weird? You know? Shit, that's where that money is. How can I do that shit? But you know, with all that money, now that they have this sequel, Brahms, you know, I was telling Martin earlier, you know, the first movie was called The Boy, but Brahms said, bitch, I got money. This boy got a name now.
I don't just call me the boy.
Yeah.
That's racist.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, he even got bronze, the name at the end of a gold chain and shit. Bitch, look, boy got a name.
Put some spec on it.
Put some spec on it, yes. Let's see what happens with this new boy. Might actually get a little more action. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer.
Gotcha.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Shit. Yeah, bet you won't do that shit to mama.
It's fun to be scared sometimes, huh?
But I urge you to find a place where he feels safe. I think it will be good for him. Good for all of us.
Oh my goodness, look at that. That must be the main house. Come on, Jude.
That first house, look, that house is not too bad looking. Oh, no, it's the next one, next to you.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
God damn it.
Well, you know, you should just have bats fly out this thing.
The problem is these dolls.
No. I know you had a normal house right there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's not bad.
No, I want to go where the Addams family live.
That must be the main house. Come on, Jude.
Oh, thank God for that kid.
Somebody had to be the voice of reason.
But you know, but you laughing because you thinking the kid is like you got sin. Like I ain't going up in that house. You're like I'm not going in that house because I want to dig up this creepy ass doll that's in this grave right here. Yeah, I'll keep it. My buddy. You stupid son of a bitch.
Love you, Mommy.
I love you.
It's every white parent with a hyperactive kid. I love you too. Just go to bed. Please.
If you decide to shoot up the school, just know that Mommy loves you.
Yeah, got your ass back for that shit. You want to play games?
Okay, well, he did something.
Baby, that ain't nothing but hallucinations. That shit wasn't real. You know, look, I'll tell you this much. I give it to Brahms, man. Brahms is a creepy little. You know, and it can be very effective if one. The first movie didn't have a better premise.
Yeah.
And that movie wasn't even all that great, but it had a much better execution. Mm-hmm. And two, this just wasn't so stupid. This is stupid, man. Sometimes you can't try to sound like an academic intellectual critic. You just have to say the shit is stupid. One of the things that I first noticed with the movie is that early on, this is the beginning of the film. Early on, they open with those lazy ass jump scares.
Right.
You know that right away y'all already up. You know this is the beginning of the movie. Right after the credits.
Yeah.
Roll. But I am a fair man. You know, I said let me sit back and just let me see how the story kicks in. You know, this is just the beginning. Maybe they just need to get that out the way for all the kids out there because this is PG-13. Let them get a little jump, a little cheap scare. Yeah, we'll get on to the real shit right here, the real story. You know, I'll come in and tell you about the movie a little bit to defend some things. I mean, Katie Holmes plays Liza. She's at home alone with her son, Jude. Jude's the creepy kid there. The actor's named Christopher Convery. And Dad is off working, so she's home alone with Jude, and this burglary happens. And burglars come in, just knock upside her goddamn head, just knock her out, and it's some rap shit. Like, you know, they knock in the back of her head and take her jewelry.
Oh, dang.
And poor Jude is sitting up there watching the whole thing. And they get so traumatized after it's done that Jude just goes mute. He just stops talking. He's got to go to therapy. They're just trying to find a way to get him to get his voice back. She's having nightmares and hallucinations, and she's, you know, every time something happens, she's jumping and shit. So Dad is just kind of like, all right, you crazy motherfucker. Look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take y'all out in the country somewhere so we can all clear our heads. Y'all out here jumping at everything and shit. So I'm gonna take y'all out to next to the scariest house we can find in the world. Now that house they are living in a guest house. The house that you saw before, that is the house that they're in.
Okay.
It's something they found that was a good deal, some Groupon shit or something. So they found that, and it just happens to be on the same property as that other house.
Creepy house.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, they get out there, want to clear their heads. They want some peace and quiet. It looks like it's going well until, of course, Jude goes there digging in the dirt because he's hearing voices and shit, and he's getting called by this doll, apparently. And, of course, that's when they find Brahms, and Brahms says, them burglars ain't got shit on me. I'm about to f up all y'all's lives. And from that point on, that's where the movie starts. It takes an interesting tone in that it's a creepy doll. You start questioning, why would he want to keep that? But then he starts talking, and it's like, all right, well, shit, it's working. So let him have it, you know? At that point, if this is what it takes, that's great. But side effects include being a little asshole, thoughts of murdering the family, and just being a weird kid overall, dressing like you working at a funeral home and shit sometimes when they call you down for dinner. It's just, you know.
We got a little suit on?
Yeah, that. Yeah, I'm not, yeah. They're like, it's almost like Seriously, it's like
A little Undertaker.
yeah. Oh, it's funny because they call him for dinner, and this kid shows up like he's going to a restaurant. He's got Brahms as his date. It's like 2 for Jude, please.
Oh my God.
Brahms told me to do this. Everything is like, because Brahms, in the first movie, there was a set of rules. You kiss the boy goodnight, Brahms goodnight. You tuck him in. You read him a story. He sits at the table and people are eating. And it's kind of the same thing with here, except he's kind of made Jude his bitch, and so Jude gives all the rules to the parents. Are like, look, they get mad. They're like, look, that doll is not running shit in this house. He does not make the rules. And he's like, does he not? And people are like, and they're just kind of like, I don't know, maybe. How come this motherfucker can't stop talking again? We can get his vocal cords removed like a dog or something.
Wow.
But yeah, man. And that's where the movie actually starts to be funny. When Jude brings Brahms into the house, because Brahms just starts.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Because the funny shit just starts happening from there, right when he gets in the house, man. Because they're trying to be creepy, but it's that movie where creepy just ends up being funny.
Yeah, okay. Unintentionally funny.
Unintentionally funny. Brahms is a petty little shit. When Brahms gets in the house, he's so jealous that when he gets in the house, his first victim is Mr. Brown, the teddy bear. He destroys him. he massacres that shit, man. Brahms comes into Jude's room, looks at all the toys, like, listen up, bitches. Jude is my man. You understand? And I'll cut a bitch if you try to do anything to him. It's like wow, this shit's just funny because it really makes no sense how this happened because they don't explain it. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I almost cheered. I got a little excited when I saw Brahms do a little something. Oh shit! Did his head turn? Oh, progress! Shit, that rehabilitation's working.
But you know what? I gotta say this. That Brahms, he's a snappy dresser.
He is.
A lot of outfits.
He's got some style.
He is. I mean, it is funny too because when they found Brahms, if they found him under the dirt with in like a coffin-like thing, and apparently he had a whole wardrobe buried under there. I mean, he had a whole Men's Warehouse buried under that dirt.
They don't question why he's wearing different clothes.
Like they don't. I mean, no.
They take him shopping?
No, because his bitch is dressing him. That's why.
Oh, the same
Jude.
size.
Yeah, you see Jude washing him and shit and bathing him. Yeah, he pimped this motherfucker out, man. This kid got a right in his
Jude is his bottom bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, Jude is a chick in that relationship. Right? It's cool that he's turned his head, but then you realize, like, well, shit, that's kind of all he does. You know, there's not, once
I saw his eyes move.
Once the novelty in the eyes move too, and you're thinking that's kind of all he does. But hey, like I said, it's progress. The eyes moving and the head moving. Maybe he's just paralyzed from the shoulders down. And he's doing the best that he can. It brings up questions from continuity from the last movie, and also just the continuity in what Brahms can do in this film. There's a scene here where Katie Holmes, where she leaves a room and cuts off the TV, and when she leaves Brahms in there by himself. She goes into the kitchen, and when she's in the kitchen, you hear, he cuts the TV back on, and it's like, okay, now wait a minute. How does this motherfucker cut this TV on?
Yeah.
If he can't move his arms and legs, which we never see him do.
But you sure he's not just doing it when he can move? He just won't do it when people are around?
Nah.
It's like Toy Story.
No.
It's a up Toy Story.
No, because they don't do that throughout the whole film. If they did that more, then that'd be fine. And plus, no. No, he didn't do that shit. And I'll tell you why. I'm getting mad.
What you ass said?
No, goddamn it, I'll tell you why. Because Brahms is lazy as f. That's why. I love the way the movie sets it up. Like, they got so-called, kills. They're not really kills because nobody's really dying in this movie. There might be a couple of things in there, but nobody's really dying in the film. But Brahms just, Brahms is lazy as f, man. Like, I wasn't lying. Brahms sits up there and watches people do the heavy lifting for him. It's like shit just conveniently works out to where there's sharp objects and shit and mother about to fall, and he just sits up there and he just kind of just gives the go-ahead. All right, you good.
Give it back.
Nah, I don't think I will.
Give it back to her. Give it back.
Ooh, now your boyfriend.
You know this motherfucker got it coming.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Bad.
Go on, baby, you got this.
It's almost like, I'm going to watch this shit.
Yeah.
What happens here?
You're doing good, buddy.
Do what I told you to do.
You hang in there. And did you notice that the whole time we all knew this shit was happening? Yeah. Did you notice the whole time Katie Holmes, her dumb ass didn't do shit about it? She saw this shit. She wanted that kid to die.
Oh, yeah. She's like,
well, he was picking on her kid.
Yeah, that's the only time her and Brown probably working together. But I like the way Brown, you see how lazy Brown is just kind of like, all right, go ahead. Brown ain't doing shit. And that's the thing. Decisions that Katie Holmes makes in this movie, it's just kind of frustrating. They're questionable. I mean, I don't know. You could make excuses for why certain things are happening in the movie for her actions or inaction. But it didn't make sense to my logic. There's a scene in here where she walks into Jude's room. And Jude has a book where he spells it out. I'm going to kill every motherfucker in his house. He provides pictures, illustrations to let you know, hey, this is how, if you can't picture it in words, let me show you how you're going to die, how you're going to slowly bleed to death on the floor. And Katie Holmes' response in this, I didn't understand. That's weird.
Damn.
She's like, I wonder who that is. Damn, my kid's good. But notice how she responds to Jude when he walks in. She's like, I gotta put this in the refrigerator. This is awesome. Bitch, you reading my stuff?
Dinner's at 15.
Dinner's in 15. You don't pick that book up and say, what the f is this?
Wow.
What is wrong with you?
You don't say, hey, honey, you see this little motherfucker? He's crazy.
They never make these movies with black families.
No. Because if a black mama had looked at that, she's like, oh, you want to kill me? I'll give you something to want to kill me about. I love you.
Would have punched him in his chest.
Yeah.
2 chops to the throat.
Yeah. You gonna wish I'm dead after his ass whooping right there.
Mom, I'm sorry.
Watch your mind. She saw pictures of her getting murdered. Dinner's in 10. Like, you goddamn right. It's things like that you just look at and you shake your head. This makes no sense, man. It doesn't make sense within the context of the movie. Maybe she wanted to wait and talk to her husband about it. But to me, I'm like, no, we're addressing this shit now. While I got you in the room. I'm not going to even make you think this is okay for 1 minute. You know I saw this book. Yeah, you want to kill me? You already dressed up like a mortician and shit. The first movie, it did have a really cool premise. And there was a part of it where you were wondering, like, this worked well. The movie's not that great, but it worked well in that you're wondering, is this doll really possessed or haunted? Is she losing her mind? Is there something else going on that we don't know? And the movie plays a big part of it where you just kind of buy into something where they turn the tables on you. Mm-hmm. And have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
That part, did you think that part of the movie worked?
It was the one part that I actually liked. Because it makes sense. I was like, oh, that changes everything.
Yeah,
it makes it even
does.
creepier.
And it kind of led you to believe one thing, and then they do something else. Now, the execution of it is kind of silly, but it worked for that. This right here, this movie, it makes for a very forced sequel because of the path they're taking. Thing is, man, they had nothing. They had nothing to work with here. They rushed this out for the money before people forgot about the first boy, which is already forgettable anyway.
These dumb they don't remember.
You know what I mean?
No idea. They don't care.
It's not, when people talk about horror movies, and the people are not really talking about The Boy.
No, they're not. It's true.
It made its money and it did well. And I'm even saying that it couldn't. This is something that couldn't have a sequel and be done better. But just the way they do it, man, it really is. Because the explanation that they have is a last minute explanation. For the true impact, like I said, I got to spoil it for you. But right now, for the way they kind of put this out here, it's not even like an angry rating what I have here, but it is kind of a fuck you. There ain't nothing there.
Really?
Yeah, it is nothing there.
Dang,
and a lot of it, like really to go and explain to you why I do have to spoil it, and I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds to go away because I'm gonna be spoiling the first boy and this movie right here. So if you want to hear it, and the first one is really kind of cool, the twist they have in there. So I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but hey, here I go. The first boy works so well because, and you never saw it, right? But I'll tell you why. And you can still watch it. It might even add to it a little bit. But the first movie did work better in parts because it made you wonder, again, if Brahms was really haunted or possessed, or if Lauren Cohen was going crazy. And there's a whole section of the movie where she just accepts that, okay, I don't know what the going on with this doll. It's telling me what to do, how to take care of it, and I'm just going to do it.
Because didn't it open where she was brought in to take care of a kid, and then they go like, well, here he is right here.
Yeah,
and she
this
sees
old
the doll, and she's like, what the
That's it. And she just finally took like, all right,
yeah,
it's
okay,
real.
They
It's something.
believe it. It's a job.
It's something. They knew
It's
something I didn't.
work.
Yeah. What really is going on is that there's a dude living in the walls. And he has trap doors and compartments all around. So he's gone crazy, and he's been living the walls, making noises, talking to her, eating food when it's left, and when she's left it and come back. And so that's why she thinks like
That's what she thinks is the doll.
it's the doll's been doing this. It's like she's getting with it. She's losing it.
And he's moving the doll around. So how did it go from there to there? It doesn't make any sense. So that's why.
Okay.
Yeah. When everybody thought that Brahms was actually dead. It's this guy doing it. Again, when they really get down to the details of it, it's kind of silly. But it was effective for a little while. Yeah. So, with that said, how do we go from a dude living in the walls who was moving the doll around and eating all the food and making all the noises to Brahms actually moving his head when nobody's around? Is it remote control now?
Yeah.
Upgraded, yeah. Is it like Chucky? Is it like a new, the new internet connected version of it?
Connected to Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they're connected to the Wi-Fi. Brahms 2.0. Nah, man. They've gone full supernatural.
Of course they have.
Yeah, they've embraced it, and you know what? There's really nothing wrong with them trying to do that. There was another movie that went from being a straight thriller to being a supernatural film. You know what I'm thinking of?
I think in Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Where's Scooby in the game?
Oh, yeah, it is.
That took a big supernatural turn. So I'm not saying it can't be done, but the way they do it here, it's ridiculous, man. So with Brahms gone full supernatural. And the thing is, what happens is they take a sledgehammer near the end of the movie and they break the doll, but underneath the doll, it's like a little midget Jason Voorhees demon type thing.
Are you serious?
I'm not lying to you.
What?
I'm not lying to you. Operating it. He got one clear eye. He got another eye with maggots in it. Just blood veins going all up in his
Jason
head.
Voorhees.
It's a mini me Jason Voorhees, man, that can't walk. Little sharp dressed Jason Voorhees or some little demon or something. I don't know what the it is, man. They got a groundskeeper Willie type dude going. And and while the doll is broken and Actually, before the doll is even broken, he's explaining what's going on and why Brahms has this power over Jude. So he's explaining the whole time like, you don't understand, and he's really talking to us. No, you don't understand, people. Before the first movie, the thing you didn't see is that Brahms, throughout history in this house, there have been many families. I'm trying to find. They even show you in the trailer a little bit where she's doing research.
Right, I saw that part.
She's doing research. She looks up the serial number on his foot and finds out in her investigation that Brahms has actually made every family that had been in his presence. He's controlled a member of the family and made them kill everyone. And he's had that power over them. So that dude in the walls, he just happened to be there. He just happened to be there and was possessed by Brahms. He was the latest victim.
Okay.
He was possessed by Brahms. So Brahms is just, like I say, he's just a pimp ass motherfucker. He's always getting in people's heads. And while the dude's explaining this, she's doing the research, and at the end of the movie, they don't even explain it. They go to a cellar in the creepy ass house. And he's got some Freddy Krueger shit set up in there where there's a fire and whatnot. By the way, that's the only way to really kill Brahms. So Brahms, that's why I say Brahms I don't understand what the is going on with this doll, because if he can reach over and change a remote, then he can run when a motherfucker's about to throw him in a furnace.
Yeah.
And he don't move. And that's the thing. The only thing that could really kill him, I guess, at this moment is throwing him in the furnace. But when you see the furnace, he actually is the one that makes the fire bigger. Brahms controls it. It makes that shit bigger. It's like, why would you create some shit that can kill you?
Yeah.
Why you telling? This is like a clue in a video game where the fire gets bigger. It's like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to throw his little ass in there.
Maybe he panicked.
And they, oh shit, I don't know what to do. It's like he made this shit. He lured motherfuckers in there. It's like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
That's like Jason Voorhees saying, hey, let's go for a swim. Yeah. This shit don't make no sense. At the end of the film, they destroy Brahms and they go back home like nothing ever happened.
Oh, come on.
Burglars gave those motherfuckers nightmares. They couldn't even talk, but a creepy ass, demonic, supernatural psychic doll. That ain't shit. They act like nothing.
Can't get worse than this.
The trauma of the burglars pushed them this way, and Braun was enough of a trauma to push him right back and get him evened up.
No. No. I was traumatized at this done. Like, are you kidding me? What?
Like, oh, well, the world's just full of these kind of things. So why? Worry.
I mean, and it's like before when they got robbed, it's like, Jude ain't talking and looking crazy and shit. Dad can't get Katie to have sex with him. He's like, I can't even touch you. I'm having nightmares, okay? Wrong time for that conversation. I've been sitting my head like they took my chain. I mean, they all fucked up, but that goddamn demonic doll, they at the end of the movie, they're like, well, who wants dessert? Boy, glad that's finished. And everybody's laughing and smiling. This shit is like a commercial for stovetop stuffing or something, man. And I think they broke that doll before, and there was nothing inside that shit in the first movie.
Yeah, they did. It's magic repair. Well, it's a demon, so as we know.
It was a demon. I guess he got in there and like, oh, I can't get out this shit. No! Shit, it was a bad idea. This shit is stupid, man. I would not spoil it for you, but I didn't think it was that dumb. But it is stupid. You walk out being like, what the was that I just saw? It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's a straight up you, man.
Well, I'm sure they'll get it right the next time.
I mean, is there a cliffhanger at the end or something?
Yeah.
Or
what's that?
Is there a cliffhanger at the end?
Yeah, so it's the boy putting on that.
Okay.
They don't even explain it to you. He's found a Brahms mask.
Gotcha.
And he puts on a Brahms mask and looks in the mirror and like, I'm glad we're still together, Brahms. Meanwhile, I was like, no, you burned that shit. What the f-? So what you're telling me is just like, it's like this kid is just crazy now. Brahms has nothing to do with him.
I'm just thinking, honestly, again, I don't know if it improved the movie, but maybe a little more sense. Like, had this been a prequel? And like, yeah, the doll was, it was possessed by this demon creature, and then they killed it. But then he becomes the guy in the walls. And he keeps that up. Again, to make some logical sense out of it.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
To have
Where were you when they were coming up?
Hey, that's why they got to pay me. They got to contact me.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe they need the girl. Shit, maybe they need a Annabelle and Brahms versus Chucky. Y'all gonna do anything? What the fuck?
I was sitting there.
Make it sort of an Avengers team up.
Oh, the Dollverse.